What are some unmanly things that are actually very manly? Reflection and apologizing when you're wrong. This is the one that inspired this post. When anyone with eyes can see your earlier statement was misinformed, it seems way manlier to own up and take control of a situation by just saying you were right, I was wrong, I stand corrected. In light of that, here's what we should do now. Trying to deny, defend, deflect, or justify from a reactive place just makes you come across as insecure and not on the ball, which are not traditionally considered "manly qualities." I heard cooking for your family labeled as unmanly due to men wearing an apron around a gas stove by the same people who grill for their family while wearing an apron around a gas grill. I worked as a chef for almost a decade and you wouldn't believe how many times my GF or I have had to correct people over who made a potluck dish or who cooks at home. A lot of people, especially the older generations, just assume that women cook in relationships. As a guy, it's been a real asset over the years and I definitely have gotten a lot of compliments from the opposite gender over the years about my cooking. So it's my advice to younger guys, I'm in my 30s, that it definitely doesn't hurt to learn to cook. It's cheaper to cook for yourself, and it's been my experience anyways, that women really love a guy who knows their way around the kitchen. Edit. I tried responding to everyone but you guys overwhelmed me. Thanks so much for the award and all the good vibes. I'll try and respond to as many people as I can, but thanks again. When my dad was a kid, a bully told him to meet him after school for a beating. Dad simply never showed up, and went directly home instead. When I was a teenager, two of my friends started arguing with one another, and it got pretty heated. Suddenly, one of them grabbed the other, and shouted, "Do you want a fight?" And the other replied loudly but totally sincerely, "No." And the first skipped a single beat, and then just yelled in a sort of relieved tone, "Well, then, we won't have one." And let him go and walked away. If someone tells you something is unmanly, tell them a real man would be secure enough in their manliness to not give a shit what they think. I go for the Ron Swanson-esque response of, everything I do is manly because I'm a man. Sewing. When you're stuck on a boat in the Pacific during WWII, you'd better know how to stitch up your own uniform. Source, both of my grandfathers. Sewing and upholstery is one of the 5 original industrial arts. I love growing flowers, sewing, cooking, baking, and other activities that are viewed by some as girly activities. I also love traditionally manly things like fishing, building furniture, mowing my lawn, etc. A long time ago I was upset by some of my friends rubbing me for liking to do girly things. My dad handled this by teaching me that the manliest thing a man can do is whatever the hell he wants. My grandfather was the manliest man I know, 6 feet 3 inch Marine and a farmer. He could cook, bake, sew, garden, and sing. He taught me that a manly man does what he finds necessary or even just interesting regardless of what others may deem manly. When I was a kid I was once at a clothing store and I saw a pink men's shirt. I said out loud, "What kind of men wear pink shirts?" And my mom said, "Secure men." For some reason, that always stuck with me. Girl once said to me, "You can easily pull that off," when I was considering a pink shirt, and I was really flattered. Being an attentive and involved father, I can change a diaper one-handed, and I'm proud of that fact. Silverback gorillas, giant, macho, chest-beating dudes, are some of the most loving, attentive, and patient dads in the animal kingdom. They handle nearly all of the socialization for their offspring, basically teaching them how to gorilla, hygiene and cleanliness. I live on my own, and I love having a clean and neat house. IFIVE / me too, brother. My girlfriend was amazed at how clean my bedroom is when she came over the first time. She still occasionally tells me I'm the cleanest man she's ever known. Ordering a fruity drink. A real man orders a beer. No, a real man orders whatever the fuck he wants. The whole concept of manly and girly drinks is stupid. There are different tastes. Sweet, fruity, bitter, etc. and a bartender is there to make you a drink you like. What good is a drink if you don't like it? You paid for it after all. Buying feminine products for you so. I have no shame buying tampons or pads when I do the grocery shopping, which is always. Men that get all embarrassed or won't do it are the unmanly ones. Gardening. I've also been called a homosexual by multiple other guys for saying I like gardening. But if you do that on a large scale, it's farming, something considered manly. Being there for your kids. There is never anything manly about not taking care of your kids. If you're a deadbeat dad, or you push everything off onto the mother of your children, you're a sack of shit, and not deserving of anyone's respect. Part of being a man is taking responsibility, and being a present father to your offspring. Wearing sunscreen. Nothing looks dumber than a guy who's so afraid to seem jelly that he gets turned into a lobster. Nothing says manly like melanoma. Cooking, cleaning, folding laundry, being good with kids, being patient, crying, hugging your good guy friends, taking care of your skin. I hate how some of the guys I work with and serve with, I'm in the army, give me shit for using products for my face and skin. But they also wonder why I get told I look like I'm 25, even though I'm almost 36. Because I take care of my body. It's not exfoliator, it's an abrasive cleaner. It becomes manly when a man does it. You make a rather good point. Realizing you are wrong, learning from it, and becoming better because of it. Going to the doctor. Wait, that's considered unmanly? Respecting boundaries. Nothing is more badass than treating a woman with respect. Mr. Torg. That sentence has too many syllables. Apologize. Wearing girly colors. Imagine being so insecure with your own sexuality that you can't wear a purple or pink shirt. It's sad, really. I have a bunch of purple and pink dress shirts, and I have only ever been complimented on them. Yeah, but that would require wearing clothes that weren't black. I have a beard. That would make Sasquatch jealous. I like Scotch whiskey, Dominican cigars, and American motorcycles. I worked most of my adult life as an iron worker, but none of that is the manly part. When my daughter was 3 to about 6 or 7, it was common for me to go to work with my nails painted every color of the rainbow. Letting your little girl paint your nails is manly as fuck, gentlemen. Also wearing bracelets she makes you. I wore those proudly until they disintegrated. She's 22 now, and I miss those bracelets. Edit. I want to add a story. Was in Amsterdam Schiffel's airport terminal. Coworker and I were returning to the US after some training. Old white American couple sitting across from us. I'm kind of side-eyeing them. The wife motions to her wrist and points at me. The guy mouths gay. LMAO. I didn't say a word, just laughed to myself. Later in the flight I told my coworker what happened, and he was pissed I did not set them straight. Ballet. Those dudes are strong. My cousin used to get bullied in school because he was a dancer. The joke was on them though, because he was constantly outnumbered 10:1 by the ladies. Just how he liked it. Playing with your children. Being a gentleman. Polite, courteous, respectful, tactful, manners, some style, some sophistication, educated. You don't need your masters from an Ivy League, but just being well read is enough sometimes. Friendly. Far too many guys I see think it's still cool to be rude, lazy, unkempt, and stupid. Manners maketh man. Walking away from a physical fight, instead of getting involved / the whole I could put you in hospital, but I won't nonsense. A true alpha, if you must use that word, doesn't need to assert his dominance like that. Well, it's just stupid to get in street fights. 1. Because you never know who the other guy is, what they're capable of, if they'd rather shoot you than lose a fight, etc. etc. 2. Because if you do knock someone out, and they fall on their head, that's a potential life-threatening situation. And if he cracks his head open and dies, your life has just been changed forever. There are a multitude of reasons to not get into street fights. Alpha or not, it's real fucking stupid. I'd rather turn and run than get into a street fight. I do not care how that looks as a man. My ex was a fucking little bitch about even mentioning feminine products or menstruation. I couldn't even mention having period pains without him complaining how gross it was, and that I made him feel sick for mentioning it. I was rarely around him when I was on, but I hate to think how unhelpful he would have been. My dad, on the other hand, quite a lad's lad, has no issues. He used to track my mum's menstruation because he found it easier than she did, and he was always more than happy to nip to the shops and pick up feminine products. Do you need ladies' things? He used to ask me, what flavor do you need? His joke, but he was referring to whether it was pass or tampons, and what flow. Oh, and I just remembered that same ex wouldn't buy his own fucking Pokemon game because it's not manly. I haven't known such a insecure stupid little bitch before or since. Being gay. I mean, you are a man and you like mans. What could be more manly? I once saw someone write something to effect of what's manlier, sticking your dick in a nice warm soft squishy vagina, or taking a 9-inch rock hard dick up your ass like a champ, wearing short shorts. Lem see them thighs. Nah, my skin is as pale as it gets. If I wear short shorts, it'll be so blinding people will start thinking Gonda is calling for aid. Crying. Men can have feelings too. My friends were amazed at how I allowed some drunk guy talk to my girlfriend for like 10 minutes at a festival. Bro, why the fuck would I care? She didn't seem distressed and enjoyed the conversation, and I'm not insecure. She'd tell me / let me know if she was uncomfortable and needed help. I don't feel threatened. I have nothing to prove and my girlfriend is not some possession I need to protect from other men. Going up to the guy and doing whatever just makes you seem to radiate insecurity to me. Not manliness. Dancing, playing tea party, and holding hands with your daughters. I'll start admitting when you're wrong. When anyone with eyes can see your earlier statement was misinformed. Taking accountability and control of the situation with a simple yep. You were right, I was wrong. Here's what we'll do now. Shows leadership, responsiveness, and confidence. Trying to deny or defend or justify your earlier statement comes across as insecure and reactive or oblivious, none of which are qualities traditional manly men try to embody. Holding your wife's purse in public. I do a few push-ups, a few pull-ups, roll up my sleeves, and show off the pump when I do it. Be a man. Tea party with toddlers. Moaning. Talking to cats in a cute voice. Fathering. Washing your ass. Being in touch with your emotions. Not being concerned with other people's quantification of your manliness. Getting up every fucking day to go to a job you hate. Doing it with a smile because that's how you keep your kids fed, housed and healthy.